Rat race. Is this as good as it gets? Why are the majority of Americans participating in the daily rat race? We all want more. More money, more freedom, more flexibility, but we accept that this corporate lifestyle is all we will ever attain. We hear about the internet millionaires, and we all say, yeah, right. So why are we giving in and accepting a way of life that does not satisfy us? Why do we accept a way of life that does not leave us fulfilled? It is probably because we have been trained to react like drones. The man at the top of the ladder needs us to believe that we need him in order to survive. I am here to tell you, this simply is not the truth. Let me ask you something. When something is wrong in your life, any aspect of your life, what do you do? Do you sit back wishing, hoping, even praying that it will change? Are you waiting for something to happen? You have probably heard the saying, insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting change. Well, it's very true. If you don't like the way things are going for you, be it your personal life or your professional life, do something. You are the only person with the power to change your future, and let me tell you, you do have the power. You may not feel very powerful, but we all have the power to take control and change our lives. You just have to want it and go after it. So, let me ask you this. Do you want it? Do you want change? Do you want more freedom? More money? More time with your family? Maybe you want to be able to make enough money from home so that you can raise your children? So why aren't you? What are you afraid of? Fear is a driving force within us all, and it is usually the force that holds us back from reaching our dreams. Only you have the power to overcome that fear. And believe me, I know. Oh boy, do I know how scary that is. But let me ask you another question. What do you have to lose? Seriously. In pursuing your deepest hopes and dreams, what do you have to lose? I can tell you what you will lose if you don't pursue those hopes and dreams. You will lose your self-respect. You will lose the pride you have in yourself as an individual. And those things, my friend, are some of the most valuable things we have in this life. So let me ask you another question. In pursuing your dreams, what do you have to gain? Even if you do not succeed, what do you have to gain? Everything. To me, failure is only a result of not trying. In trying, we learn so much about life, about ourselves. There is an unexplainable sense of accomplishment in tackling your fears, and knowing that you pushed yourself beyond your comfort zone, and found out what was on the other side. So, let me ask you a final question. Are you ready to make a change? Are you ready to conquer those fears, take the bull by the horns, and make your dreams a reality? I truly hope you said yes. If you are anything like me, when I was asked all of these questions, and many more, I was at a very life-altering point in my life. I had just lost my first child, a daughter named Cheyenne, and my husband left me without a leg to stand on. And I had someone ask me, so why don't you do something about it? Take control of what you can. This is exactly what I had to ask myself when I finally became a mother and wanted so badly to stay home with my son. So why am I not doing something about this? Why am I not in control? I, like many Americans, was sitting at my desk, in my cubicle, which was a very nice cubicle, wanting to say, screw this, I'm going home for the day because I want to hold my baby. And then I stopped and asked myself why I wasn't going to do it. The truth, I was scared. I was terrified to tell my boss that I was going home just because I needed to be a mom. What could I do about it? I mean, seriously, I needed the income. My family depended on my paycheck. Then I was faced with an even more difficult question. What do I need? In the long run, what is going to matter most to my family? My son is not going to remember the paychecks that I brought home. He is not going to remember the nights that he got to eat steak instead of spaghetti. He is going to remember that he grew up at home, with his mom there. He is going to remember that he had a mom who loved him so much, she walked away from everything, not knowing how she would provide, but that the most important thing in life was the time we were given and how I chose to spend that time. My friends, I made a decision that day, and without giving it a second thought, I wrote up my resignation, sent it to my boss, and I went home early that day. I cried the whole way home. I cried because I was scared. I was scared that I may not be able to pay the bills. I was scared of what the future would hold, but most of all, I cried because I was so relieved and so excited. I took control. I took control of my life, and I was going to pursue my most intimate dream. To be home. To be a mom to my son, so I picked him up from daycare. It was late February, and it was cold. He was wearing a one-piece long-sleeve, footed outfit that had a tattoo on the sleeve of a heart that had MOM in the middle. I held him and I cried. And I cried. And I cried. And I remember telling him, as I was standing there in the daycare, I'm sure everyone thought I was crazy, you don't have to come back here anymore. I will never drop you off here again. I am going to be your mommy all day every day, and somehow, I will find a way to provide. I found that. I have found my dream job, and along the way, some of my best friends. And I am so excited for my readers. It does not matter if you are a mom or dad, or even just someone who is tired of the rat race. You can achieve your dreams. You can have everything you ever wanted. You can be successful. If you would like to learn how I am providing for my family while being a full-time mom, I would love to share you with you. All you have to do is simply click on the link below, fill out the form, and I will personally call you. Here's to your future.